nothing going to stop me. So it wasn't as hard as I thought, and the cleanse was actually pretty amazing because it was gentle, and it wasn't, like maybe other cleanses from other products. So that was pretty easy. I did the 2-day on the weekend, and so far from the time that I've started, I think I've lost about 7 pounds and about 10 total inches.
That's awesome.
Wow.
That's so great. I love it.
Yeah, I've been working out too. I skipped my workout today, but we have an elliptical. I'm just deciding on whether I want to go. It's in our house, so I'm deciding on whether I want to do that tonight. Maybe do it for 30 minutes or something, or go to try to lift some weights, or just roll it all onto the spinning class tomorrow and go for it.
I'd say do the elliptical tonight and spin tomorrow. Just saying.
Okay.
20
okay.
minutes. 20 minutes.
20 minutes. Okay. And I have no excuse. It's up 19 stairs. So there you go. It's right there.
Why not? Sure. Get a good book and read while you're doing it. Who knows?
Sure. But so far so good. And what I really, I guess, I guess it could be a win, but what I really like about the products is they taste good. They're not chalky. They don't have an aftertaste like maybe, certain things have, like maybe aspartame or something like that. So they're easy to take because they're tasty and they're yummy. And I love the snacks. I love those little wafer type of snack things. The berry ones, they're so good.
Great. I'm glad you had the berry ones, because I just had somebody they insisted on the chocolate ones and they don't like them.
Oh.
The berry's great though, I think.
Yeah, berry's good. So good. So I'm kind of thinking about what I'm going to order. I will modify my order for next month, but there's probably some extra things I want to put on, and probably, something that I might not like. The bars, I haven't touched the lemon bars yet, so I have a full box.
You're gonna love those.
Well, I didn't think, I don't know, maybe I'm being too extreme on myself, because I didn't think I could have them on my shake days for a snack unless I had like half of them or something. So I've really been trying to stick. And in fact, until we talked yesterday, Amy, it's like I wasn't eating any veggies. I was just doing like my one meal, and that's been pretty much a salad, with some type of lean protein on the top. But today I actually ate carrots and broccoli, and I had a quarter of an apple, so that was like pretty good.
Yeah, no, that's great. Good for you. Yeah, you could have half of that bar for a snack.
Okay.
Yeah, it's actually a full meal replacement. You could use that in place of a shake, but a lot of people say it doesn't fill you up like it does a shake. So
I like the shakes; they're good. And
oh yeah.
So far, my favorite is strawberry. I really like the strawberry. Can't get enough of that. It's like I want it for dinner as well. But
well, you could live on those shakes. It's probably best to throw in some good food in there too.
Yeah.
That 400, 600 calorie healthy meal. So, well, let's jump on. Unless Buffy, you wanted to add anything to that and your wonderful week you've been having.
Well, just one enrollee so far this week, but actually, one of the it's interesting. We've been enrolling a lot of couples, but just the men. Does that make sense?
Oh, wow.
The men are doing the products, but the women are like the support team. So it's kind of cool. We have 2 couples that are that way. One of them, he started on Monday, and his wife texted me this morning and said he was down 8.5 pounds and 3 inches already. So it's like, wow.
Wow.
And then the best part to me, this is the best part. She goes, not only that, I mean, that's cool, but the bonus is he comes home from work and he's out in the yard playing with the boys and just running around having a good old time. So his energy level is like through the roof. And she goes, it's so weird. I've never seen him like this before. And he's on his feet all day. He's a dentist, so he's on his feet all day. So it's kind of cool.
Well, if I can add to that, somebody was asking me, is like, wow, how is Buffy and John doing so great? What are they doing? It's so easy for them. And I said, well, you know what? Yes, they've had, this is their 3rd week of possible double PIVs, which means they've enrolled over six plus people, but they've been working hard. They've talked to a lot of people, and that's really what it takes, is that you just have to talk to a lot of people. And I think what we learn as we grow and the more we talk is our language gets better. And we learn how to ask the questions so that you're not pushing on something and selling something. You're finding where they have an issue, a problem, and they want to get a resolution to that. So you can finally, when you see that and hear that, then you can share with them, well, what if I could show you how to actually take care of that problem? I've got something that can help you.
Right.
And it's connecting the dots, and that's what the beauty is. And that's where I think that you're finally coming to that point where you've had so many conversations and it's really just starting to come to fruition. So,
well, and
very,
then
very cool.
The huge bonus is that John and I are working together. I mean,
yeah.
It's, he does a lot of the contacts and just getting people and drawing them in. And then we talk to people, he creates the interest and then he throws them in my lap and says, okay, Buff, they're yours. So it's kind of neat because, well, it's cool because we work so good together because, he's really good at drawing them in and creating that excitement, creating that momentum. And then he says, okay, they're ready for you. And then seriously, I'm not telling you, I can't tell you how many times he's told me, Buff, you have an appointment in 15 minutes. I get on the phone, I talk to the person, and then we sign them up. It's like, seriously, that's hard work for me. Not.
Yeah.
I mean, granted, I'm doing coaching beyond that. After we get them enrolled, and like you, Cindy, after we, I got to talk to you, our people, just like you, Cindy. You're brand new. You need support. You need encouragement. You need understanding. And so I got to do that. And so that's my part of the job, which John doesn't do. He does a little bit, but not a whole lot of that. But we work. So just to we have two. Amy's got one.
Well, Dan, he loves the product. He's been using the product for a long time and having some great success. And actually, I pulled him in on the launch party the other day. He had to tell his story, but I think that support in a different way, and eventually it'll be more. So hint, hint, Cindy, your hubby might want to start looking into the products.
I've been kind of grooming him.
Yeah.
It's like it's funny because we both used to do sports and triathlon together, but he's on the other end of the spectrum. He's very thin right now and he doesn't gain a pound, but he just said, I could use some more protein. I mean, he's always been into his shakes. He orders from, actually, I think it's Dr. Mercola, but anyway, so it's like, you need to put on some more muscle, honey. But he's actually done, back in the day, he's done multi-level marketing and he was very good at it. So that was back quite some time ago, actually before I even met him, which tells you how long ago that was. But he was quite good at it, and he's very good at systems and things like that. So I think he's intrigued because I keep telling him about it, and it's like, gosh, look at my energy. I feel so good. So I'm hoping that he will come on board with me because he is an excellent people person and he's funny, and we also work together at home, so we can stand each other 24/7 and we're okay.
That's important.
Yeah, so we're I think it could be a really good thing for us if we nurture it and just approach it in the right way. I think we could have a lot of fun with it too.
Yeah. Okay, well I love that, and I can't wait. So we're going to have to definitely talk to him a little bit more and see where his interest lies. But we're going to have to jump on to the next part of the call. We're going to lose time here. So what I wanted to do today is start from the beginning, and I'm assuming you probably did get a chance to listen to some of our team calls. For the last 2 weeks, Warren and Lance, every Monday night, we have a Take Action team call. And for anybody listening, Buffy and I will make sure we post that information so that you can log on and begin to get those emails.
Okay.
It gives you a reminder that not only the call is coming up the next day or two, but it tells you who's going to be on it. So every Monday night we do that. And then we also on Tuesdays, we have a smaller team call. It's essentially about 5 teams versus like thousands around the world on the first one. And so we're a little bit more intimate and a little bit more focused on specific training on that one. And then and that's now also like this, a Zoom call where we can see. And then the third one now is this call that we're doing here, where we're going to take it even a step further, a little bit more intimate and less people. And it's really just Buffy and my teams together working to learn and answer your questions and make it so that this is a fun experience for everybody, and we can escalate that learning curve that we didn't quite have.
Mm-hmm.
And we can share that with you. But in that, with the last two calls, as I started, Warren had introduced a trainer by the name of Brian Carruthers, who's been in the industry for a little over 20, 30 years. And he's written books, and he's amazing. They're personal friends. So I can share, and we will post those two links again on those two calls, because that's kind of what our training is going to be based on within the next couple of months here. So there was a package locker room training that I actually purchased of his, and so I began to take that. And as I'm listening to it, I'm like, I need to share this. So tonight, that's what we're going to do, is I'm going to listen to a quick little recap, and then I'm going to go into training session number 1. But rather than just listening to it, because we could all do that on our own time, is that I wanted to interrupt and kind of do a little interactive and maybe either respond, or if you guys have questions as we go along with that. So I will begin now with that first one of getting started here, and I'm going to play this video now.
Oh, this is so cool.
Hey everyone, it's Brian Carruthers, and this is super exciting for me. What you're about to see is the most intense, comprehensive, heart-punching training I've ever done in my career. It's called the locker room training. Like a football coach going into the locker room at halftime with the team. The doors are closed, the outside world can't hear anything. And the coach has a chance to take his gloves off and really get in the faces of the team and say, look guys, here's what you need to do. Here's what you're doing wrong. Here's what you need to go out there and fix it. Here's how you're going to be able to come out for the second half and go out there and win, and go out and win big. When I am looking to go to a training class, or I want to go buy a training course, what am I looking for? I'm not looking for the easy peasy, let me just give you a real good fluffy feel about, hey, you're doing it all right, okay? Keep on doing it, you're doing great. When you leave out of here, you're going to do fine. I don't want to have that warm and fuzzy feeling if I was already doing it right. If I was already doing it the way I was supposed to, and my results are not where they should be, where I want them to be, obviously that's not going to give me a better result. So what I want the tough love. I want to feel growing pains. Look, if you have a $50,000 a year mindset, or a $50,000 a year skill level, how do you ever expect to make $100,000 a year? I mean, money like water seeks its own level. If you're a $50,000 a year person, you need to figure out how you can grow yourself to a $100,000 a year person, and then the money will flow to you. The challenge is, if you're not learning from people that are making 6 and 7 figures a year in this industry, how are you ever going to go out there and get a better result? So that tough love, what I want to find, is why you can say, hey, Brian, you got the wrong mindset. You need to change your thinking, change your philosophy, do this differently, do more of this, don't do that ever again. So hopefully over the course of this 5-hour program, you're going to have a lot of opportunities to say, you know what, wow, I didn't know that. Oh man, I was doing that completely wrong. Or I just need this little tweak here. It's going to give me a 10 times better result. That's what I want you to have, those aha moments. Or maybe you might say, oh man, my team needs to hear that, which of course you want to make sure your team watches this or listens to this program as well. But a lot of times when we say our team needed that, or this person needed to hear that, it's us. We are the ones that need to hear that. Because if we were modeling the right mindset and the right activity, they would follow suit, whatever we do. So I hope that as you go through this program, you find 5 key things that you can implement in your business immediately. And then 6 months from now, take this back out again, listen to it again, and find 5 new things that you can implement in your business at that time, because your business will be in a different place then than it is now. And keep on doing that every 6 months until you get to $1 million a year income. And then when you get to $1 million, don't stop there. Don't limit your thinking to $1 million a year. We have people that are going to be making a lot more than that if you continue to keep on growing and learning. The sky's the limit for you. We're going to start off by sharing with you a foundation that you can build on sound philosophies. If your philosophies aren't right, you're going to be building your business on quicksand, and it's not going to be able to endure the test of time. Secondly, we're going to actually share with you how to set goals in a way that actually motivates you. You hear about goal setting all the time, but if the goals are not motivating you, then you're not setting your goals properly. Number 3, we're going to share with you the system. Because if you're system driven, you don't have to worry about you and how good you are and how much time you're devoting to the business, because the system will do 95% of the work if you have the right system.
Okay. I sound like I had two things going on. Can you guys still see this?
No, we see you.
No. We can
Okay.
see you. I can see you.
Which isn't bad. We're good. I mean, he was lip syncing anyway, so.
Okay, I'm going to share screen again here real quick, and let's get back to this. See, this is all live stuff. It's all good. We can make this happen. I'm going to escape full screen here. Maybe that's going to be our ticket. Okay.
You're not sharing the screen anymore.
No, I know. There's some reason it's not finding it. So one thing that I wanted to share is this locker room training. As you can see, he's pretty hardcore. So the idea is when you have the football team comes off the field, the coach goes into the locker room and gives them the hardcore facts about, okay, guys, we're not doing so good out in the field. Let's make this happen. What are we going to do? And that's where he's really coming from on this. So, okay, if I can get back here. Let's see. I'm not sure if I'm going to get to the right place. No, that's not it.
There.
Yeah. Which do you see though? Him standing in his room again?
No.
He's standing.
It's a website.
Yeah.
It's a website.
Yeah, it's not the right one. I can't get to the one that I want to for some reason. It's not allowing me to get there. Hold on one second, guys. Bear with me. We'll get back here.
Do you want me to stop recording?
Well, if you stop recording, then you lose it. So.
Oh, that's true, because it starts copying it.
Yeah, yeah. So I don't
no
know why. All right. Well, what we're going to have to do is we'll just stay here. I'm going to go ahead and we'll listen to him.
Yeah.
I don't know why it's not allowing me to show that page. So we'll just listen for a moment while he wraps up. We've got just a couple more minutes on this video, and then we'll go together. Okay, let's do that.
And you employ it properly, which is very key. A lot of people are not doing that. Number 4, I'm going to share with you my 9 ways that I find prospects. In network marketing, it always comes down to how many prospects you're getting in front of your opportunity. And I'm going to share with you the 9 best ways that I continue to use to grow my business. Now, I want to remind you, I personally have recruited over 1,450 people. Not my team. My team is over 400,000. I'm talking about myself. I've recruited 1,450 people. So I'm going to share with you the 9 ways I find my prospects. I'm also going to share with you how to expose those prospects properly, how to present the information, but more importantly, how to close so that you can get them to make the decision, come off the fence, get in the game, get them to fill out an application with you. I bet you drop the ball on follow-up. Follow-up is where most people drop the ball. A lot of times people don't have a problem exposing new prospects or even doing presentations. But when somebody does not sign up with you right away, a lot of times they get lost in the shuffle. I'm going to share with you how to become the king of follow-up. I've been a king of follow-up for a long time, and if you just master that skill, your business will explode. I'm going to share with you how to overcome objections. Look, if you think you're going to actually get so good at this business that you'll never get objections from any prospects ever again, you're mistaken. We are all going to get them. They're going to come from all different angles. People are going to have all kinds of reasons why they shouldn't use your product, they shouldn't get involved in your business, or by the way, an objection is it's a test. They're asking you for your information, your reason why they should make the decision to say yes. Time management. And I believe that time management is crucial because, look, if you're a part-time network marketer and you only have 3 or 5 or 7 hours a week that you can devote to your business, how can you maximize that time? Look, I promise you, I can show you how in 5 hours a week, doing your business right, maximizing your time, you can get more results than the average full-time marketer who's working at 30 to 40 hours a week. How to lead an army of tens of thousands of distributors. Because look, we're not here to play small. We're here to play big. I want you to go big. I want you to be the top earner, the biggest builder in the history of your company. And when that happens, and you've got tens of thousands of people that are in your organization, you need to be able to be a good leader. But the speed of the leader is the speed of the pack. We want you to be leading out from the front, on the front foot, not the back foot. We don't want you to be in defensive. We want you to be in offensive mode, going out there and leading that army so that not only they can succeed, but their success will push you up higher than you've ever dreamed possible.
Okay, there we go.
All right.
So sorry for that little technical difficulties there, but as you can see, like I started to say, is that, you know, he's doing some hard love with us, and the purpose of this training is to really just, you know, to really understand that there are some set systems, and we can utilize the time that we have and really make the most of it. Some of us can do it full time. Some of us only have, you know, an hour or two to squeeze into each and every day, and it's all about being efficient with your time and everything. And then the other thing is too, you know, some people might be listening to this going, oh my gosh, Amy, all I want to do is have my products paid for. But I want to have you realize that there is an opportunity out here to go far beyond that if you wanted to. If you don't want to, that's okay. Our systems are still the same systems, whether you want to earn, you know, $100 a week, $500 a week, $5,000 a week, or much more. It's all the same system. So that's really what he's teaching us. So anyway, with that, unless you have any questions, I'm going to go into the next training call. Are you guys ready for that one?
We're good.
Okay,
We're good.
cool. Well, hopefully
I want to talk to you guys about why this business model works so well. I'm going to do some foundational stuff at the beginning, and then we're going to start transitioning into some very, very pointed and detailed how-to information. Because I believe that you help people, you teach people two ways: knowledge and inspiration. I actually just spoke at a big conference a couple weeks ago, and a lot of the speakers there were doing motivational talks, inspiring all of the network marketers that were there, and it was great. I was feeling goosebumps myself. I was pumped up. But inspiration without the knowledge doesn't do you any good. Forgive the language, but I've heard this once in the past. If you have an idiot and you motivate the idiot, what do you have? A motivated idiot. So I didn't want to be so jacked up, not know what I'm doing. So you have to have the knowledge and the information.
I think that's so key, don't you? I mean, actually, it's funny. Knowledge and inspiration. Because it's like, you know, we can sit here and we can read all these books, or we can listen to all these podcasts. And but we need to have the other side of the spectrum, which is to have the excitement and the posture and the inspiration to do it, or it doesn't do any good.
That's right.
The knowledge and the inspiration. But here's what I want you guys to understand. If you don't have the right mindset first, if you're not locked and sold first on what you're doing, then when you're not getting the results, it's going to be very easy to pull back. So why network marketing? If you take a look at this chart here, you're going to spend a lot of time. By the way, if you're actually wanting to follow along and take notes, go to page 45, and you're building an empire book will be right in there.
Oh, my book's upstairs.
But if you take a look at the chart here, year 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, I believe that network marketing is a 5-year retirement plan.
Amen.
You can change your life in 5 years. Any 5 years is fine. 33 to 38.
And actually, I think this point in message is really, really important too, because I think a lot of people have that wrong sense that, and for whatever reason, but I think it's the wrong sense of how long it takes. And you know, I don't like to say in these words, but it's not a get-rich-quick scheme. You know, a lot of people think that, oh, I'm going to do this network marketing thing and I'm going to become a millionaire. And it's like, well, yeah, you could, but it's probably going to take you more like 3 to 5 years, or maybe even a lot more than that. The reality is it depends on your knowledge, your mindset, your experience, your dedication, your commitment, and your time that you put into it. So that was an important piece here.
42 to 47, 60 to 65, 20 to 25, any 5 years you can change your life. Some people look at network marketing like it's a lottery ticket. They sign up to think they're going to go out and get rich immediately. At the beginning, they say, I don't want some kind of get-rich-quick scheme. But when they haven't gotten rich in 90 days, they think the business doesn't work. Because we haven't explained this to them yet. It's a 5-year plan. Take a look at this diagonal line that goes right up the middle. It basically is the time and money chart. So here's what happens. You're going to be basically spending, and this is actually a little bit backwards here, but it's supposed to be time over this side and money on this side. So make sure in your book you guys got it right. This is time, this is money. You're going to spend a lot of time at the beginning and getting paid a little bit of money, so that later on, you're only spending a little bit of time and getting paid all this money for it. Let me reiterate what I'm saying. At the beginning, when you're here and you're spending all this time, again, forget these dollar signs, you're spending all this time and getting paid very little for it, Your friends and your spouse are going to say, honey, what are you doing? You're spending all this time, you hardly made anything. Why do you think this business is so good? Here's the answer to that. People say to me, Brian, all the time, how much money did you make in your first month? I don't know. I'm still getting paid on it.
Right.
16 years later, I'm still getting paid on the seeds I planted when I first got started. Now, my first month in my company, I received $11,405. My first month, I made $11,405.
Wow.
That month. So I had a great start to my business. But I've made many millions of
That's
dollars
motivation.
Right.
along the way from the time that I actually put in down the road. You can never count the number of apples in a seed.
Oh, that sounds familiar.
You guys understand? You can count the seeds in an apple, but you can't count the number of apples that come from a seed. The seeds that you plant, you never know. But you again, you have to plant the seed, so you have to sow the seed, you have to cultivate, and then the harvest will come. You guys understand this. What does cultivation mean? Anybody know what cultivation is? What is it?
Laying the groundwork.
Yes. It's sun and rain.
Sun and rain, yeah.
The cultivation process can't work if it's always sunny. You say, I want it to all be easy. It doesn't work that way. You plant the seed, sun, it dries out and your seed dies. You need the storms. You need the rain for you to ever have a harvest in the harvest season. So just remember this when you go through the hard times. You have to be willing to go through it so that when you go back and talk to your team and you bring people aboard, how are you going to show them how to get through the fire if you've never been through it yourself? Don't wish for things to get easier. Wish for you to get better. Once you get good, then you can show anybody through the process. What is your why? You have to figure out what your why is. Every one of you all, your sponsor, your upline, your company has already talked to you about your why 1,000 times if they told you about it once. But until you actually get it down inside of you, then it's all just conversation. See, there's a day that you got into your business, then there's a day the business got into you. Everybody knows when you sign your application. You can remember the day. You can go back and look at the paperwork. You probably have the triplicate form. It's the day that you got into the business, but there's also the day that the business got into you.
Actually, I'm going to go ahead and pause that. We're running long here, and I do love this question because this is really something that I want everybody to really think about is why you even started Isogenics. You know, Cindy, you have your reasons. Buffy, you have your reasons. I have my reasons. But then what happens is once you get into it, you realize a little bit more about what Isogenics really has to offer. So it's, you know, it is a weight loss. It is a healthy, it is a better performance and recovery, healthy aging, more energy. But it's also this whole financial and this mindset and personal development part of it is absolutely, absolutely amazing. So what happens is when people keep saying, when you come in and want to do the business, like, okay, well, what's your why? You know, what are your goals? What do you really want to do when you grow up? You know, some of those things you quit dreaming about when you were a little girl or a little boy. Think about those again. You know, what makes you tick? What in the morning that if you really had, you know, somebody waved a magic wand and says, Buffy, if I wave this magic wand and time or money was no issue, what would you want? To start thinking about those things and writing down those huge, humongous goals, and then we have to kind of narrow it down and figure out, you know, what's it going to take to get to those goals. And but diving into the why is very important. I'm getting off on a tangent there. So I want everybody to really think about that this week, is what your why is, and hopefully on ROCKstars we can share what our whys are. Again, we have just a little small intimate group, so I hope everybody feels comfortable doing that. Let me see, I could just spiel off my why, but Buffy, do you want to share your why?
You know, this is a terrible thing to say, but I have so many things, and I probably need to be a little bit more, I need to pinpoint it better. And that's my why right now mostly is to become independent from our current company, because it's dragging my husband down emotionally and physically, and I want to get away from it. So that's probably the biggest one. So,
Yeah.
you know,
But that's huge.
yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. And that's fine. And that's part of where I was starting to go with it earlier, is that, you know, it might start in the beginning as very simple, as like, oh, I just need to lose 30 pounds.
Right.
And all of a sudden now it's going to be, okay, I want to now start getting toned up and ripped. And then it's going to be, you know what, I want Ice Jinx to pay for my products. And then I want, now I see what this can do, and I want to be able to travel the world and have retire my husband and all sorts of really cool things. So, but I don't know if you can see my screen. Can you?
Yeah.
Oh, you can? So you
Yeah,
can see
there's a big block in the middle, though.
There's a big black rectangle in the middle.
Oh, okay. It's got my Y posted up there, and I keep changing it because that's the one thing, is it to reevaluate and relook at where you're at. But so right now, I kind of was like you, Buffy. Had these kind of fluffy dreams, but then I kind of went back to reality, and it's like, wait a second, I'm 50. And you know what? I don't have a lot more options in my life to live the way I want to live. Sure, I could go and have a job somewhere else, but I won't be able to live the way I want to live. You know, I've been spoiled to be able to, you know, be here for my son after school and be here for my other son when he calls. And it's been a little bit of a financial struggle. So, you know what? I need to make more money to be able to continue living in that way. You know, or something's going to have to change, you know. So it's definitely a financial thing to allow me to be able to live that way here in Hawaii. You know how that is, Cindy.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, and you know, I want to be that mom that I've been. Is that when kids come after school, where do they go? They go to our house. They come here, and I make them a shake.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I want to be that mom. I want to continue being that mom. So I need to, you know, up my game so I can make more money to continue doing that. And you know, I want to be able to travel, you know, here in Hawaii. The only way I can visit family is to travel and go across the pond and the plane. So I want to be able to do that more. We got a big family, travel the world with my family. And then of course my big goal is to live in that dream house on the beach and have one in the mountains with the horses.
Mm-hmm.
So, anyway, lots of really big dreams there. But why don't we end this here, since it's already been
Hand over it.
yeah. So think about your why this week, you guys, and then any other questions you have, and we'll continue with this training. I hope you get some good stuff out of it. Did you want to add any comments to the training tonight, Buffy?
Well, and I know we haven't touched base on it at all, because this was not part of the 90-day game plan that we're kind of going to kick off with the Take Action team. But I think that, so we'll not talk about it this week, but I think our goal next week is to kind of somehow get that in here in the conversation, because I think I can see such potential in it, and just, you know, getting it going, especially for Cindy, who's brand new. And I have, you know, a handful of women and a couple of guys that are brand new too. And this is a perfect time for you guys. You know, I know that you're not 100%, you're not the 10 on the products yet. You're not a 10 on the, and the aim, we'll have to go over that too, Amy. But, you know, you're not a 10 on the company yet. You're not a 10 on the business yet. Well, because you're so new. And so all like we can do is maybe feed that to you, and then hopefully you'll understand it and get to know it a little bit more. And I know, because I wasn't a 10 on, what is it? The products. I wasn't a 10 on the company. I wasn't a 10 on the network marketing. I wasn't the 10 on, what's the other one, Amy?
The company, the products, network marketing, and you being able to do network marketing. Yeah,
so some of that comes with time, you know, usage of the products. And then Cindy, your husband, was involved with network marketing. So you have a little bit of knowledge in that. I had no clue. This was all brand new stuff for me. So but now I'm here where I was, you know, down here about how I felt about it. So anyway, the 90-day game plan would help us in that direction. So I think maybe throw that in there somewhere. Here we go.
Yeah. Actually, I'm glad you brought that up because we are just starting this, so it actually is pretty huge. Anybody really wants to engage, that we'll go ahead and post this this 90-day game plan, and we're creating triads right now. So anybody that wants to join us, raise your hand, and because we're going to make the triads are accountability groups to help do this together to learn and grow. And there's a lot of people that are just starting. It's very similar to in your situation, Cindy, actually.
Yep.
But they see the vision and they're like, okay, well, sure, why not? Sign me up. The worst thing that can happen is, I can gain some more information here and some more friends, and that's all good.
Sure.
But this is
it's exciting. I mean, I think from what I've read and just watched and seen the testimonials, and I'm thinking to myself, like, yes, I'm a newbie, but this is something that I could really get behind, and this is at a time in my life where kind of a lot of similar goals, Amy. It's like I want to be a good mom. I want to be here for my girl, and I worked my butt off for the last 27, 30 years. It's like I'm ready for a change, and this is pretty exciting for me, and I'm very open to learning.
Yeah, that's awesome. Yeah, I mean, it's just you look back on all the years you spent, making money for other people, and it's just like, wow.
Yeah.
Time for that to change, starting today.
Yes,
it is.
So everybody listening, tune into the Take Action team call that we had this last Tuesday, 2 days ago. So that would have been the 26th, and it'll explain a little bit about this 90-day run here. And then join us next Tuesday, and also raise your hand and come join us, and let's create some triads and see what we can do with that. But so thanks for bringing that up, Buffy, and we'll definitely go into that. And I think we touched base a little bit about the belief on the last call, did we not? If not, we'll definitely get into that one as well. But anyway, let's see. Anything else you wanted to add?
No.
No, I don't think so. It's I'm here in Las Vegas right now. I just have to share this. I'm sitting out on my deck. You can probably see. It's just started to thunderstorm and rain. And it's like 50, I don't know, what is it? It's below 60 degrees. I'm sitting out here freezing.
Oh, wow. Well, let me see if I can end this with our, oh my gosh, my last little, let's see, share screen here.
It was just kind of a funny tidbit how the weather changes. We're still getting used to this.
Well,
yes,
in northern Idaho, our saying is, do you love the weather? Great, because it'll be different in 10 minutes.
I like that.
Oh, that is so funny. Yeah.
Or do you hate the weather? Oh, so sad, but it'll be different in 10 minutes.
Okay, are you seeing my screen now?
Yep.
Yes.
Okay, this is my why. I want to have a house right here on the beach overlooking the ocean. This is my veranda, and you guys can all come and join me. And I want space actually that people can come join me on constantly. So I'll leave it with this. What I focus on, I find. What I focus on grows. What I focus on seems real. What I focus on, I become.
Yes.
It's true, guys.
It really is. It really is.
Well, thank you. Why don't we go ahead and end the recording, Buffy? And thank you, everybody, for coming. Aloha. Talk to you soon.